Hey guys, what's up? It's Steve Areno here with an all-new episode of Shooting the Shit. And in this episode, we're actually going to do something totally awesome, and I'm going to tell you guys about a childhood story of mine. But before I even get into that, I just want to point something out for any new viewers or people who might have forgotten. The whole point of this Shooting the Shit video series is for you guys to get a chance to promote your channels. And the way you do that is you just write a comment in the comment section and just say channel of the week and then write the name of your channel, or just say let the channel of the week be my channel or something like that, something that lets me know that you want your channel to be promoted. And I will definitely try to take a look at all of your channels. I'm sure there'll be a lot of them, but I'm going to try and look at a lot of them. And, you know, you can even get your friends to vote for your channel, because that might help get you noticed. But, yeah, I figured this was a good way for me to help you guys, and you guys to help me, and, you know, vice versa. But anyways, yeah, feel free to do that. But we are going to get into the topic of the day, and what we're talking about in this video is a childhood story. Now, it all starts around my 8th birthday. When I turned 8, I got this awesome bike. It was this yellow mountain bike, and it was just the talk of the town. Like, everyone wanted to see this bike. Everyone heard about it. It was such an awesome mountain bike. It was kind of like my first big kid bike, really. Before that, I was just using like some old hand-me-down bike, and you know, it was a pretty big event for me. So I was really excited about that. And one day after my birthday, I got a call from my best buddy Adam. Like, he's been friends with me since kindergarten. He gave me a call and said, "Hey, let's go for a ride. Let's get that bike going. Let's go have some fun." And I was just like, yeah, man, I'm down for that shit. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't swear at all at that age. I was a good little boy. So I got on my bike, he got on his, and we rode off into the sunset. Well, no, we didn't really ride into the sunset. In fact, we actually rode to a construction site. But that's just as cool, especially because of what we found at this construction site. We actually rode to this house that some workers were working on, and we were kind of spying on the workers, just seeing what they were doing, and then they all just left. They left their house, they left their equipment, they left everything, hopped in a van, and they were gone. And I'm guessing they went off for lunch or something like that. So we decided that our best option was to check out the house that they were building, you know? I mean, we were little 8-year-olds, all curious. I mean, when you're that age, you love to see what people are doing. You love to learn about life and building and trucks and, you know, all sorts of stupid stuff. So we decided to go take a gander in this house. And what we found in the house was, well, it was interesting. It was something that we didn't really know how to understand at that age, but we tried our best, to say the least. Yeah, I know. Let's just get to the point. We found a big old stack of dirty nudie magazines, or as some of you might call pornographic magazines. Now, at 8 years old, we didn't know what to think when we saw these magazines. We didn't even know how to react around each other. All we knew is that something in our head, or perhaps somewhere else, was telling us to take these magazines. We just knew that they were a valuable item, they were a hot commodity, and we needed to take them with us. So we took this big old filthy stack of dirty, scandalous magazines, and we stuck them in our backpack, hopped on our bikes, and rode back off into the glorious sunset. In fact, this time there probably was a sunset, because it was just awesome. Everything was just great. We actually decided to ride our bikes to this little tree fort that we had. This little outpost of ours, if you will. And we went into there, and we decided to open up our backpack and find out what was really going on inside these magazines. we pulled them out. We took a little gander, and let me just say we were quite satisfied at the reading material that was inside these magazines, because, you know, we were just little 8-year-olds, and we were like, our brains basically blew up when we opened these magazines. Like, we were not prepared for that. Nothing could ever prepare us for that. Our parents hadn't even told us about the birds and the bees or anything. So we opened up these magazines and we were just like, what in the fuck? And again, we didn't swear, but we just didn't know how to handle it. But anyways, we were looking at all these magazines. We were looking at the Playboys. Eventually we figured out that these Hustler magazines were a little more risque, if you will. And yeah, we were just looking at these magazines, just laughing, joking around, and making fun of all these. Well, I mean, these were like 80s magazines, so I don't think I need to explain to you guys how things were different back then, but they were different, and it was funny, and we just had a blast. We weren't even like, we didn't know what to do with the magazines. All we knew is that it was fun, it was funny, it was the fact that we stole it from a construction site was even more funny, because we just knew there were like a bunch of construction workers out there who came back from their lunch break just like probably so pissed off. But yeah, it was just an awesome time for us. Actually, the worst thing happened though. I hate to end this on a bad note, but one of our friends, we decided to invite him to the tree fort one day, and his sister decided to come to tell him he had to come home for dinner. And we were all in there reading these magazines, so we just grabbed the whole stack, ran out the back entrance of our tree fort, and the sisters just started chasing us. She chased us down to this little ravine, and we had no more options. We could not be caught with these filthy, disgusting, sloppy, jalopy magazines, so we threw them in the river, and we just watched them get all soggy and just slowly float away. And then his sister caught up with us, and that was pretty much the end of the dream. He went home for dinner, and we went back home to our houses, and that was the end of the whole nudie thing for a while. And what you guys may not realize is back when I was 8 years old, the internet was not big. I didn't even have the internet. So, I mean, I'm sure some of you guys might find ways to look at your nudie material, but, you know, magazines were it for us. This, like, finding a nudie magazine was like finding some hidden gem in a video game. Like, it was pretty awesome. So yeah, that was an awesome story. I hope you guys liked it. It's something I always remember, and I'm sure if you guys happen to have some stories of your own, be sure to write them in the comment section. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want this video to drag on forever. If you guys have channels that you want to be promoted, be sure to put them in the comment section. And yeah, I think that's it. So thank you all for watching this episode of Shooting the Shit. I'll have a new one out ASAP. I totally forgot to mention that I decided to switch to Black Ops. I'm still going to play Battlefield, but I just felt like a change of pace. The game was on sale, and yada, yada, yada. Again, I am talking your ears off, so I love you guys. Thanks for checking out this video, and peace out!